Hello, the doc is in, and welcome back, or not welcome back, I don't know. This day, we're talking about Black Clover, chapter 331. I forget if we talked about Black Clover on the channel at all. If we haven't, short introduction, basically, we got Asta, and he lives in a world where everybody has magic, but he doesn't. So his answer to not having any magic is, you know what, let me just become the strongest guy who ever existed. And so he becomes really strong, and he wants to become the Wizard King. And so like he does like the entrance exam, and like he almost fails, but it turns out he has like this special magic called anti-magic, and basically he's like, he deletes magic. And so using his strength and his anti-magic, he then proceeds to whoop the entire series villains. Everybody gets beat up by Asta. That's just how it goes. Obviously that's like a very dumbed down version of the thing, but whatever. So coming off the last chapter, basically they've been fighting Lucifero, basically a demon god, and he pulled up and he was murdering everybody. Yami and Noct, vice captains of the Black Bulls, were donated. They both two glazed donuts were created, and everybody was out and down. Asta had defeated Lucifero pretty firmly. That one guy the one demon that I can't remember the name of, but wasn't fighting at all, took the heart of Lucifero and dipped. And basically, Yami and Noct were gonna die, but through the power of logicalness, Charmy gives, what's her name? Plant Girl. I'm trying to get to the chapter, right? The chapter is really exciting. Point is, everybody's fine now. The battle's over. Everybody's pretty much leaving. Noct is back as, I was about to say on the crew. Oh my god, I'm having a moment. Anyway, new chapter. We're starting off with Yuno and Noct interaction. So Noct is basically, at the end of the thing, whatever, Noct was basically like, hey, Yuno, I have someone you gotta meet. And so the person he needs to meet is his mother, right? I mean, I guess it wasn't confirmed that she died, but I kind of assumed she died, but I suppose not. So Yuna has his mom back. Yuna just gets everything, right? He gets all this cool friendship, not friendship bonuses, but like lineage bonuses slash all the overpowered bonuses of like double magic and special kinds of magic and stuff. And also he just gets his parents back. So he goes from orphan to parent. Alright, he got his mother, which is pretty lit. And look at Yuna's face, he's pretty much shocked, alright? He doesn't really like, break a smile or nothing, but he looks like, oh shit. And his mother is basically like, oh my god, my son. All the classic, I haven't seen my son in such a long time stuff. She cries a little or whatever. And so basically he's having this meeting or whatever, and everybody's just like, Brody, there's so much going on in the Spade Kingdom, and you should come back and be the king and stuff, and like we gotta teach you how to do the thingies or whatever when you come back with us and everything. And basically Yuno's like, look, alright, you right, I am like the heir to the throne or whatever, but I got business to take care of back home, the home I've been at for the last, I don't know how old he is, let's say 18 years, let's say he's an adult. I gotta take care of my peoples in the Clover Kingdom, my good friends, and my rival. I gotta become the Wizard King first, because technically I am a king, but we're not counting that. I want to become king of the Clover Kingdom. There's more competition back there. And from there we leave him, right? He's declared that he's going to become Wizard King, basically. We're going to have a good panel for this, but, it's moving along. From there, we move on to Asta. And basically, Asta's talking to Libe, and he's basically like, dang, by connecting with you through Devil Union, I got to see my mother. But not only that, I found out she loved me. So, I guess I went at life. And Libe is basically, talking a little shit, there's they're brothering, talking a little shit, but, the love's there, the connection, yes. And so, Libe's basically like, this is like his declaration. He's like, all right, well, you helped me get revenge on Lucifero, all right, for Lucita. So it is only fair that I now give you all of my power to help you become Wizard King. This is what you want to do. He's like, lit. And so then we have like, I'm going to become Wizard King moment. And so we got Yuno and Sylph on the top half. We got Asta and Libe sitting on his shoulder on the bottom half. It looks pretty cool. I think it's really nice. And from there, we move down, and basically Asta, as we're moving away from Asta, he's kind of like being like, hey, really got to get the kingdom to think that you're a good guy, because currently everybody still thinks devils are like horrible, and specifically not specifically demons, because demons are kind of trashy, but specifically when you get them to believe Libe is pretty cool or whatever. And so he's like, yeah. And he says specifically that guy with scales, Damnatio, if I remember his name correctly. And they're basically like, and Libe is basically like, I hate that dude or whatever. And just as we mentioned him, we cut around to the Clover Kingdom, the castle and everything. You see Damnatio. He's walking. He's looking mad. Well, not shady, but he's shaded, and he looks, real serious. But he always looks serious, I think. And we see the Wizard King. He's wearing his little robe or whatever, and he's just thinking about the situation. He's like, dang, we won, but something don't feel right. He's like, I just feel uneasy, like something, I feel uncomfy or whatever, right? And so Damnatio pulls up, right? He's like, look, all right, Julius, since that situation with the devils or whatever, I've been doing some research, on devils and whatnot, and I've learned some stuff. All right, I found this book. It's about 20 years old, and it talks all about these devil things, right? And he's like, in the cliff top or whatever, we had Supreme Devil Magicula, and I found out about all the thingies. We got like 3 big rulers of the underworld, and we got Pharaoh, gravity magic, logical, he's Satan. Beelzebub, he's spatial magic, remember him, he was with a Xenon, and I think his devil heart was destroyed, so I don't know if he's dead. I assume he's not dead, but either way, Beelzebub, we saw him, saw Lucifero. And then the third one, which would be surprising, Astaroth. Now this was theorized by a lot of people, looking at the cleft-off tree and like in real life or whatever, blah 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 blah. Anyway, but he has time magic. Now it makes sense. Space. Oh, well, gravity, I guess, isn't one. Space, time, gravity. All those things connect. They're all pretty overpowered when you think about it in terms of magic ability and what they could do, whatever. And basically, Damnatio was like, it's kind of weird because Magicula was kind of up there with top 3, but she's not one of the rulers. The third ruler is Astaroth, and he's not accounted for. And it's like he seems like he vanished or whatever. Damnatio's face is mad shaded in the following scenes, right? So after Damnatio says this, he says, I'm still unsure, so please tell me I'm wrong. This is thoughts coming from Julius, right? And then continuing on, I'm going to read directly what Damnatio says. He says, moreover, perhaps by coincidence, according to my research, to date, there has only been one person whose magic bears the name of time in the whole world. I'm like, okay, interesting. There's only one person who has time magic. There's a time devil. There's a person with time magic and a devil with time magic. How peculiar. Who could possibly have time magic? Who could it possibly be? And after this is said, we get another little line. I believe this is Julius thinking. He's like, the existence of a devil that's been nesting within our country. And we get like little flashbacks of like, earlier chapter pages and stuff. And you're right. It really is me. Julius, look at his face. Look at his scared face. It's kind of confusing because it's like, oh snap. What's going on here? If this is supposed to be like the big switcheroo betrayal thing, why does he look concerned? It's kind of weird. And then after this, we get the line, tell me you have nothing to do with it. And basically, Damnatio's like, shit, that's not what I wanted to hear. And so Julius stands up. He's basically like, quickly, well, he basically says Damnatio's name, and he's like, quickly, and then Julius's grimoire appears, right? And remember, his grimoire is weird, right? It has no cover, right? Weird. And we see Julius's whole body's changed, right, in the following panel, right? We see his grimoire, then we see basically whatever this thing, or I guess Julius in this matter. Well, at this point, we're gonna get a reveal of who that is exactly in just a second. But he touches Damnatio on his forehead just as he pulls out his scales, and he says, "Is that not how you wish things were?" I was about to be, but it turned, well, okay. And on the side thing, it says the final act, rather. And I'm like, okay, this confirms the final arc. There's some news that came out about Black Clover going into the final arc, whatever, you know the works. The grimoire actually does have a cover. Julius's grimoire does have a cover. And it starts to close, and we get the ornate, nice, open I guess it's not a 4-leaf clover, it's 2 of clubs, but it has like 4 openings, so it's kind of like, you know, it's a special thingy. But you also could argue it kind of still, because of the stems of the clubs, you could make an argument that it is actually no, we'll just call it a 4 club, 2 clubs, 4 thingies poking out. You get the idea. I was gonna say something about it being like a 6 thingy, but I mean, that doesn't make sense. It's a club. We know what a club looks like from a suit of cards. And going from there, we have the demon I cannot remember the name of shows up in the window, and he's basically like, yo, everything happened pretty much like you said it would. Lucius Zagratis. Ooh. It's hold on. The chapter's almost over. Let me pump my brakes. Let's get to discussion in just a moment. So he pulls up, he still has the heart, and he's basically like, this all went according to plan. And on the final page, we have Zagratis and Lucius Zagratis looking mad evil. He got the little sun thing on his forehead. Man's looks like he says time's up. Man's looks high as hell, lit as hell. And this is quite the twist, because I was not expecting anything like this. And that concludes the chapter. Now, I didn't say this at the beginning, but this is exactly why I went to read the chapter, because I thought, this is huge. This is big. Alright? And I've been keeping up with Black Clover for a hot grippeth. And so, yeah, I was like, I have to talk about this. Also, they're going on break for like 3 months. Which, this is a crazy way to go on. This is a crazy way to leave off to go on break. We're quite literally just hopping right into like the next chapter, because just with this reveal alone, shit can pop off in so many different ways, and like there's just so much to discuss. But I think for this video specifically, let's just talk about like the events of the chapter itself. I feel like I want to talk about Lucius Zagratis and like the Julius connection and all what this could really mean for the overall, well, what this means for the previous parts of the story, the past of the story, what it could possibly mean for the future in a following video. I'll probably make another video either tomorrow or Sunday, one of those 2 days, where I'll talk about just that reveal. But just going on with the chapter itself, it kind of like, you know, it feels not finality, but it has like some interesting implications. So first off, it's the case of, okay, technically, Yuno wins. Yuno is a king first. He is a king of a kingdom. He is likely the strongest mage in his kingdom. He, by all intents forms, is a wizard king. A wizard king. Not the wizard king of the Clover Kingdom, but he is a wizard king. Alright? He has his mother back. I mean, Yuno is forever lit. Alright? He has a whole army fighting behind him. He literally is living his best life. Alright? He went from wimpy kid who gets beat up all the time to being just Chad. He's just a god. Is what it is. The Asa Libe stuff, you know, it's cute, whatever. It's nothing crazy. It's like, it just makes sense. It just seems like logical progression. It's just showing like, okay, they're gonna continue working together, whatever. They're gonna continue have a good connection, so on and so forth. Also, with the connection they have, and considering that the fact that they've already established the memories with Lisita, does this mean that they can go into like their perfect devil union like regularly? An idea for the future, obviously, but we will see that in like, I guess, 3 months and some time, depending on when the first time they get into like a proper fight is. But yeah, I think that's gonna definitely be interesting to see. Like, is perfect union gonna just be the go-to, or like is that take like special activation, whatever? We'll see. The declaration of the Wizard King, lovely. Now this last section, this is where shit gets crazy. Now, is Dionysius dead? Probably. His ass got sent to fucking the dinosaurs age or something. Cause yeah, time. Yeah. His ass got fucked. I'm gonna tell you. It seems like, I'm not exactly sure how this works with the time thing. I mean, we know Julius's magic can put him through time, like make him younger and stuff. So it is plausible that what's happened here, especially since we know that the Zagratis siblings always had 2 kinds of magic, it's been theorized that Lucius Zagratis has mind magic, and so what he may have done is we may have like set something up in his brain that unless certain things are certain circumstances are met, he simply won't reawake. And we also know that the time period for like all these things happening should line up that it's possible that around the time that I assume maybe like he disappeared from like the regular other Zagratis siblings, he then once he came to Clover Kingdom and like maybe reset himself and everything, he may have like implemented himself under like a noble family, right? Changed their minds, right? And then turned himself into a baby, and then changed his own mind, so that then it'd be like there would be no way for him to have a break in character, or like it'd be obvious that he isn't from here, because he would literally be a Clover kid. Like, he wouldn't know anything besides being a Clover noble child. You feel me? And so that may explain why Julius has memories of growing up in the Clover Kingdom. Everybody else knows Julius from wherever he had a magic squad when he was younger, all that stuff. Yet, it seems he's not even who he says he is. So, that's my theory on what's going on here. But definitely, there's some crazy stuff that's about to go down. This devil that I simply cannot remember the name of, but it's looking pretty drippy as hell. It seems like he's definitely working with Lucius, and Lucius seems to be living his best life, right? He seems to be taking no L's. He's like, hey, I sacrificed all 3 of my siblings. They couldn't pull off the W, so you know what? I'm coming in clutch with the slam dunker, because you know what? Someone's got to come out with the dub. It's about to be me. That's what it's looking like. But with all that being said, thank you for watching the video, and definitely be looking forward to another video about Black Clover coming out on my channel in the very, very, very near future, because we got to talk about this. This is pretty big. This is huge. To me, this is a huge reveal. This is a huge moment for me. All the series that I've covered at all on this channel, actually, well, you know what, the One Piece reveal was pretty big. But this is pretty big to me too. This is big to me because I would, between both of them, I feel like we're hinted at to a certain degree, and people theorized about how that would turn out. But this, like, it feels like when we were talking about the Zagratis, 4th Zagratis sibling, that was like a while ago. So by this point, I was kind of like, it was kind of like out of sight, out of mind. So for him to come back up at this point is kind of like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this. And then also 3-month break also wasn't expected. That's a little sad. Damn. Anyway, I was closing out. Thank you for watching the videos. If you like this video, leave a like. If you dislike it, leave a dislike. Comment theories, thoughts. Just tell me that you think I'm cool. You know, all comments are appreciated. If you're feeling really generous and you like the channel enough, leave a subscription. I like that. And with that all being said, the doc is out. Peace.